Okay, today, going against my better judgment, I sat there for an hour. Shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? There was not a breath of wind, not a breath. So against my better judgment, I decided I will go. So, going to use a lot of fuel, I reckon, today. But I'm going to sit off the bar. I'll do a bit of fishing. If all else bloody fails, then I'll just power it back up and come in tonight. But I really don't want to day sat still outside the bar. Instruments are up and running. Cells are all ready to go as soon as there's a breath of wind. But fingers crossed we get out over the bar. There's 2 boats gone round, and now it's our turn. Let's see how we're doing. Well, we ain't doing too bad, I suppose. Nil wind at all, literally nil. I am a mug going out, but there you go. We're coming up level with the island now. I've got plenty of depth, so I'm going to cut the island short. Once we get round the corner, be in the race, and we go a little bit quicker than what we're doing now. We're doing 2.1 knots. We're picking up speed as we come into the gap here. So we're going to cut the bar short as well, I think, today, and head straight across the Crivelli and come back with the tide later on tonight, with or without the engine. Well, once I get out, and I'll cut the engine and drift. Fingers crossed. Well, we've cut around the corner. If you can see it into the sunlight there, from the lighthouse at Crow Point, you can see quite a few boats going out. There's a few out over the front. We're taking a shortcut across the middle, which is 3 meters, so we're okay. We're on high water basically, just gone 20 minutes ago. We can basically go anywhere we want. But we've been running for 20 minutes now. And as I say, we're going to have another 20 minutes to half-hour run to get clear of the buoys. And some of the boats got their sails up out there, but if there is a breeze, then I'm moving at 3.1 knots. So yeah, there might be a possible breeze, but I'm not going to cut my motor. I'm going to get clear of the bar. 2 minutes out, I've cut the 2 buoys. There's the second one there. I'm giving that a miss. I'm cutting straight across now to the outer, over the bar. I don't know if it's a show on here, but I'm giving the line a miss. I'm going straight over the bar here. There's plenty of depth. It's 6.7. We've been running for 35 minutes now. Makes you laugh, really. I know we're on a bit of a bar and all that, and even on a nil wind day, there's quite a swell up. But look at the depth I've got coming across the side of it. This is like a half hour after high water. Yeah, these boats coming out, they've seen me cut right through here, and they're still going right the way over to the buoy and back round. They notice it 2 hours before and 2 hours after, shit. They make me laugh. Fucking boring the tears out here, no wind, but I think I'm going to end up out there where that guy is. And I'm just going to sit there drifting with the current and do some mackerel fishing. Just hope I don't catch nothing else, because I don't want nothing that I ain't going to eat. So we'll try for some mackerel fishing. And if there's no wind picks up, we'll drift back later tonight. But if we get a breeze, it's not going to be a trusty breeze, so we'll just do a bit of sailing backwards and forwards. Over and back and over the bar might be a good thing to do. Spend the day. But today it's Festival of the Sea or something down at Crivelli, so there's a lot of boats out here today. But even so, you say there's like, I've seen about 20 boats, but none of them are close. But there you go, Festival of the Sea. Ah, my little dear, you're a lazy dog. You're a lazy dog, you are. Still not an ounce of air. Okay, I'm just running clear at the bar. As you see, I went in a big circle around and cut it short. There's the bar where we should have went, but on high water, 2 hours before and 2 hours after, you can go basically anywhere you want. And I'm only about 45 minutes after the tide so far, so we cut it short. And because there's a slight breeze, I was sat here in the own smoke from the old engine, I thought it's time to put a rag up. So I put the front rag up, and in a minute we'll get clear of this bar. Always play safe. We've gone from 4.5 to 7 meters now, and we're on a heading for Cavelli. So in a minute I will cut the motor and get the other rag up this baby and see how we go. Time to kill the baby, I think. Engine out. Now we'll see what we got. Leave the engine down for a minute. Now we'll see what power we got. We'll get the other saddle down in a minute. But we ain't going to know until the engine starts working. Just ain't going to know. End of story. Okay, so let's restock. We're clear of the bar. We got both sails up. Hardly a breath of air. We're doing 1.5 knots and we're headed straight for Cavelli. It's going to take us 4 hours, 51 minutes to get there. Well, like I said, against my better judgment, I come out. Now we're sat here with no wind. I got the tiller tied off in the middle. Both sails are set. Wind to pick up. It can take us whatever way, and I'll sort it out once it happens. But in the meantime, in the cabin, nice lay down, cup of tea. Near us up on deck. She'll get hot and come back in a minute. And as I say, I'm nothing to do. I'll quit listening on the radio every now and then, but just lay here and go to sleep and hope the wind picks up. If not, wherever we drift today, we drift back tonight to go back in. I don't know. I'm going to go and have a nice kip after I drink my tea. 10:15. I'm not saying it's boring, but Lyra's give up, haven't you, Lyra? Yeah, she's out there in the sun. It's nice and cool, mate. It's not hot at all. And I've got the rod over the side. I've got 2 feathers on the bottom, and then about 2 foot above that I've got a sticky out bit with a artificial sandal. I'm not into nicknames and names. It's just a piece of rod, bit of string, and some hooks on the bottom. And as you can see, we're drifting with whatever is in the water with us. And there's not a breath of air. We're coming in rather close to land, but we're in 9 meters, so we're not worried. And we are eventually still making our way to Cavelli. But we've got plenty of time left. We've got another 8-9 hours yet before we can head in. And well, we could go in, but there's nowhere to park up in there. Well, we was only drifting slowly to the rocks, but I didn't want to be on the rocks, so we turned round and there was a fishing boy up the river somewhere. So we come in and grabbed hold of him. Ian's, I think it is. Ian and Lynn. There's their line. There's no pressure on that line whatsoever from my boat. That's how still the water is. But there's a dafty, minute little bit of breeze. And if I had its way, I would be blowing. I'll keep chopping the solar panel around, get that charged up. I can't be asked to take the big sail down. I was going to, but fuck it, it's giving me a little bit of shade and Lyra there, look. Lyra's so hot on the back, so a little bit of shade doing her the world of good. In a minute I'll order the rudder, right, so as it goes back round it goes on her again. But in the meantime, let's carry on with my cup of tea. Isn't it, Lyra? See why I bought those boxes now? It's from there to there to there. There's one mother of an easy step now. For an old get like me with bad knees. And the anchor's all in there. My parachute anchor's in this one, along with all my chain and separate bits. Instruments are all in there. I'm sure everybody's seen that before. That swings out, but these panels on the top here, that I haven't painted yet, in storms they swing out, and with little clips they'll swing out over the top of my box and protect all that kit from the water. It nearly does the job now, but just that little bit. So that'll get finished sometime. shame on it. I could have done that today. I'm actual fact, so yeah, I might do that later on. Yeah, good idea. Something to do. I got a job to do. Yee. Boredom will piss you off otherwise. No winds. Ailing is a joke. Nice big bass for supper on the barbecue tonight. It'll be good. But other than that, oh, I got the hiccups now. We just had a great big cheese sandwich there, didn't we? Did you have a big chunk of cheese? You did. See how greedy devil. She loves her cheese, don't you, Eva? Just wish she'd have a drink. You know, that's a splash out of my hand. But there you go. I showed her how to pee down the holes here. Told her she can pee on the deck. Can't you, Eva? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to fishing. Here you go, like everything else I do. It's rough and ready, but it's as strong as the best man in the world could do. And next time I'm out in a gal, I'm not having my instruments lost to any storm. I just got to paint the inside now, but I'll do that lighter colour. And I've got to put some catches on here, some little clip-ons. Clip, the four corners. And then that's it. All the water always comes from over that way when you're sailing. And that'll save all that. This one I can cover up anyway. But there you go. But I fancy a little breeze is trying to pick out. I might have another cheese sandwich, another cup of tea. Let this dry and then see if I can travel somewhere. For now, put the paint away before I knock it over. When all else fails, you have a pot noodle. And then you lay back and take it easy and think, where's the wind? You want some wind? I'm going to have a sleep for an hour, then it'll be low water. Just listen for some fishes. Finish my pot noodle first. Wind. Rod in. Sun. Flies are down. Zero sat comfy. Getting ready for ropes. I'm going up front, cast off, and we're away sailing. Fingers crossed. Sailing, Jim, but not as we know it. We're heading for Cavelli, but at this speed, 2.8 knots. It'll take 2 hours 14 minutes to get there, which will be a quick pass and turn round, and it'll be just right then. Free, another 2 hours 15 minutes. That'll get us back up to the thing for about 4, because we'll have the tide with us, and then we just go a little bit past, come back down tide, and a perfect 6 o'clock over the bar. Isn't it good here, Lyra? Look, didn't catch one bass. I don't know. How's that for a boat then, boys? 2.2 knots. Must be about 8 mile breeze. And I am, you're talking 15, 20 degrees. Straight into wind I'm going. 2.4 now. So just slightly off. Yeah, that's, see the front sail flagging, but the black sail's working. 2.2 knots and about 15 degrees off. There you go. The sail is over on the far side, but that is how good this bloody old boat will go. But I'm going to miss Cavelli, so I need to turn back into wind or across wind and get to Cavelli. Bloody hard work is sailing there, isn't it? Nice once you got it set up right. Once you got the boat set up right, you can just lay back, stick your foot on the rudder will go where it wants to go. We can come off the rudder if you want, the rudder will just stay where it is. And you stay on course for Cavelli. And what I've done is I've trimmed the sails. I pulled one sail in so as they're both balanced, and the ship sort of stays on straight line for Cavelli. If she starts going off to one side, if the front starts going to the left, then I let the front sail off a little bit, and it gives the back sail more power, and you just keep heading for Cavelli in that way. Once you've got it trimmed, as I say, you come off your tiller, and you don't have to do nothing. And a little gust comes through then. That's what happens. But give her a couple of seconds. There she goes. She'll find her own self. As I say, once she's trimmed, she's actually gone a little bit off now. But you wait. That cell, it's only because there's gusts, that cell loses power. Then the gust will die down. And she'll come round. All on her own. Really, you need a bungee across the tiller to basically hold it in the middle and give it some help. But, this whole boat, it sorts itself out, doesn't it? There, bloody bestest tiller design and board, and makes life bloody easy. Because when I want to put the autopilot on, the tiller goes back there and the autopilot goes on like that. And it gives me all this room without losing the room. Originally, the autopilot was fitted here, so as when the tiller was here, you had all that space, you couldn't get in. As it is now, don't use that. Autopilot's on the back, that goes over, the autopilot clips on there, and away you go. But today, as I say, you don't need an autopilot, the boat's just steering itself. And if you do want to steer or give her any help, it's so easy to sit here and do that. She don't take no effort at all. And even in bloody howling gales, other than when you get a gust, there's no effort on this at all. You trim the boat right, the boat does all the work. It's a fantastic thing. So, anybody wants to learn to sail, buy yourself a Leisue 17. You can't go wrong. That's my talk. Now we've got a bit of wind picked up. Must have a good 10-12 knots blowing now. God knows what speed we're doing, I can't read from over here. 4.8. So we're not moaning at that. Cavalry is straight ahead. And as you can see, we've got a nice tilt on us. That's the way a boat should be going through the water. Is that lovely or is that lovely? Makes a change, a lot of bit of wind. I'll work this out nice now. When I turn around in a minute, I'll turn around and I'll hope too. And the boat will carry on moving towards home. So we can sit in the cabin, have a cup of tea, and another bite to eat. And the boat will be heading us home at a nice steady tide, plus 1 or 2 knots. So we'll have some of that. That's more like it. Keep her coming. Keep on humming. I'm in France. Oh, one fine day my boat is gonna sail away. That's it. A boat is never happy till it's leaning over. Nice steady lean today as well, so I ain't moaning about that. Do love me. Do love me. Do not forsake me. Oh, my sailboat, on this our wedding day. Do not forsake me, oh my darling, oh my starling. This is lovely. Fingers crossed. He did say it's going at a possible 4.5. So if it does, it'll get really nice, and we'll have some fun there. That's over that side of the boat. That's over this side of the boat. If you look through the cabin there, you can see the angle in the window. Lovely jubbly. I gotta watch it though. Last time I was going along fucking about like this, I had a fucking great elbow jab here. I got soaking wet. So can't see the other side of the boat because I'm on the wrong side of the boat steering really. But it is nice set here. But as I say, I'm not really steering the boat. The boat's just doing its own thing. And every now and then all I do is knock it with my knee. Because when she's trimmed how she is trimmed, she'll always go into wind, like that. Now look. So I get that a jab with my knee, and she comes back out of wind. She's got a lot of weather helm. She really does hack into the weather. She's a fantastic little boat. For the money, cost 600 quid. Sold the trailer for 240. God, people pay me to have these toys. I don't know. Just wish we could use them more often. Suppose I better slow down and get back on the right side of the boat. There she goes. Otherwise I can't see a bloody thing. Trouble is now I've got to climb over there. It's no joke climbing uphill, I'll tell you. Ain't she good, Lyra? Lyra's got off the seat. You down there, Lyra? You rumbling and tumbling? You want to be in the cabin when it's like this, don't you? Yeah, I know. Decent bit of sailing for a change. Normally it's blowing a hoolie and I'm getting soaking wet. But today, a little bit of breeze has come on just right. Nice lazy day sat here though. You say your knees up, mother brown. No, I just done a wave splash then. No, I don't want no more of that. I don't want no more of that. Oh, I don't want to get wet. Ah, we ain't getting wet. Knees up, mother brown. There's a mist over there on the coast there. God, I love it when he gets a bit of wind. Lyra don't mind. She's not as bad. Sam didn't really like the rough sea, but Lyra, at least she sits back. She don't really worry, do you, Lyra? No, you don't worry. She likes to be in the cabin though. It's, she's got like a little triangle in there, and when the boat's at this angle, she'd be sat on this side inside the cabin. So she'd be all right. Hold the sail in to the centre, ready to go round in hove 2. I lock it in the middle there, then I put it tight once I'm round, and I actually gained. Hey, I'm going over the side of the boat. The boat's actually tilting over better now. We're not going so fast, but she's leaning better. But we're actually going at 3.6 knots. So I'll turn around in hove 2 now, and I'll see what speed we're doing going home, bearing in mind we'll have the tide with us. If you now take a look at the timestamp, you'll see that took me about a minute to sling the boat round hove 2. And now if you see the boat is going, literally we're moving nearly directly in the wind. We're what, 5 degrees out of going into wind? We're also going sideways with the tide, mind, bear in mind. But we are actually doing 1.5 knots, 1.4 knots towards home, while hove 2. So I'll sit here now, go in the cabin, cup of tea, bite a week, and I got 4 hours of this if I want it, or I can get let the sail straight over and just start moving. Hove 2. Safest way to be with a boat. I've been sat in 20-foot waves with this, off of the bar, and she sits there like a dream. Okay, cup of tea time coming out. Okay, now we're headed towards EEE or thereabouts because it's nothing critical, and we're getting 4.7 knots. So 4.7 till I start fucking out with the camera. Well, we go back to 4.7 now, and we're heading towards Sultan and EEE, which is the buoy outside the bar. It's going to take me an hour and 2 minutes to get there, so I've got plenty of time so I can play about on the way. They did say only going that little force 5 for a short time. That was short, alright, wasn't it there? How long was that? 5 minutes? Nah, we had about half hour. But now it's gone down to force 1. Less to nothing again. We're bobbing and dobbing with the sails doing nothing. Yeah, we're not in a rush to get home. We've got all the time in the world. And we get up to the outer buoy in an hour and 40 minutes. Which will be 5:30, guys. So I am not worried. Nice, I've got time to go and make another cup of tea in a minute, haven't we? Do you want some more cheese? You've had lots of cheese today. Okay, so we got no wind. Oh, well, we got enough to keep the boat pointing to get me away from the shore. But we're pointing that way. But as you can see, there, we're actually heading over to there. There's the buoy there in the distance. Coming over the bar 2.5 hours before the bar. It's smooth, it's a big tide, and I'm on 2.2, and I got a meter standby built in. So I was going to cut it shorter, but I'm in no rush to get in. So if I go around the buoy now, I've got nowhere to go when I get in there. That's the problem. So let's have some fun. Okay, we've actually come in. We're going round Lighthouse Point, and we were doing 5-point-odd knots. Now we're 2 hours before tide on our bloody mooring, let alone over the bar. So now we've got to hope that we got somewhere to moor up to when we get out there. So I'm going to have to get my sails down in a minute, put the autopilot on to do that, and then we'll sort something out. We'll find our buoy to hold on to for a bit out there. We might better go on to our moorings, we don't know. Trial and error now, because we don't really know this new mooring. Okay, so the next time you see me, I'll let this sail down. Here I've got to go away now. Ready? Good girl. Well, if I hadn't timed that, I'd have come in 10 minutes earlier. I wouldn't have got on my mooring, because I hit the ground. And as I hit the ground, it was just enough to catch me tender. And then I kept hold of the tender for 3 or 4 minutes while the tide brought me in a little bit closer. And now I've got onto me mooring complete, thank God. Oh, there's murder coming in with this lot here though. One mistake and they was all mowed over. I don't know if Dave's there yet and all the guys, but not a very busy beach.